Oh, we are live, by the way.
Yeah, I warned her. He doesn't like to warn. He just throws us off the cliff.
Yeah. So we're just hanging out on the side of, this is Huckabee Trail. So anybody who is familiar with Sedona, with Arizona, they know the versatility of the Huckabee Trail. So Huckabee Trail has a really nice incline. It obviously has LTE because it's right next to or has internet because I'm doing a Facebook Live. But for those who have never been, you can kind of see where we're at right now. We'll be heading down into a river later, so there won't be any service down by the river. And you can see over this peak over here, the sun is rising, which is really dope.
Yeah.
So, you know, the title of this Facebook Live, we titled it, or I titled it, how nature can change your energy, it can change your vibration. So I know that there are a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of questions about how to raise your vibration, how to raise your energy. One of the easiest, fastest, most penetrating and deep way to change your vibration and get closer to source energy is to get out in nature. And I'm not dropping like anything amazing. You know, that's not amazing knowledge. I mean, it is amazing knowledge, but it's not copywritten to Ernest. You know, in Japan they have tree bathing. You know, I'm sure in other countries they have a variety of different things. You know, I've seen people doing, you know, out by the beach doing yoga and things like that. And you know, innately we know certain things that will change our energy. And so I experienced a really interesting change of energy going up Bell Rock. So I'm just going to explain that real quick, and then I'm probably just going to jump off of here. But I'm
Off
of live. Yes, I'm not going to jump off the side of the cliff. Excellent. Thank you. I did have a dream, however, that I dropped my phone and the phone was dropping. No, I had a dream that the phone was dropping and that the people watching the Facebook Live didn't know if I had actually fallen or not because they're just seeing the phone going like, ah!
Trying to grab you.
Ernest. Yeah.
Come back.
So I'm going to talk about something, and I'm not going to really explain it too much. And I have a feeling that there are a few people watching that it will resonate with and they'll really understand. Okay? So when we hike, us three, very typically I just naturally take the lead. Like I tend to just be the person who is in front while we walk. And I think in some ways in my life I have taken that role. I have accepted and taken the role of a leadership position, of being out front. And it's not necessarily something that I ever really expected, or it just seemed something natural to me, you know, to be in a leadership position, to take authority. You know, I hired Lyle into the movie theater actually when I was managing a movie theater. But we had a really interesting shift when we were climbing Bell Rock, and I just want to share that shift with you. And it's, you know, it's something that you may understand and it may resonate, but it also, for other people, it may seem a little bit confusing. So, you know, I made the Facebook Live about energy, about worry energy, and how that can affect other people. So normally when hiking, and just in my experience, typically I take the lead. Typically I am the person who is a little bit more in charge, I guess you could say. I'm the person that manages things. But we were walking up Bell Rock, and I was a little bit tense because I've never done anything like that type of climbing before. And I know people from Sedona are like, Bell Rock, that ain't shit, you know. But it was new for me, and I know the accumulation of skill. I know this principle, and I have no skill when it really comes to mountain climbing. I live in Illinois, and there are no mountains. We have one hill, and it's 10 feet high, and yeah, a lot of flat land. So I'm not an accomplished mountain climber. But Lyle had this natural relaxation to him while we were hiking. And both Shayna and I, you know, we were able to really observe something in Lyle energetically, that he started to vibrate at a higher frequency than me or Shayna. So we're walking up Bell Rock, and I'm getting a little bit nervous. And I know Shayna's getting a little bit nervous because we've done Bell Rock before, and I may have done a lot of recreational substances that time, so I probably shouldn't have gone up Bell Rock at that moment, or I wouldn't be doing this Facebook Live here today, most likely. But we noticed a real energetic shift. We noticed that Lyle was more relaxed, he was more comfortable when he was explaining it the whole way. He's like, you know, this is how you do it, guys. You just gotta, you know, let your foot sink into the ground and make love to the earth. And I'm just like, I mean, I wasn't relaxed, you know, I was stressed, I was worrying about him a little bit. Now, granted, I handled this stress and this worry energy much better than I ever would have in my life, and Shayna admitted the same thing, that although she was feeling that energy, you know, she also still managed it really well. But there was a moment where naturally Lyle took the lead. So he had this really crazy idea. He wanted to go up the top of the rock in a really unorthodox way, and he wanted me to videotape it, and I told him no. I was like, my energy is not aligned to yours right now, and I don't want to videotape it and maybe damage your possibility of getting to the top, you know, because I'm worrying for you, I'm worrying for me. It's too much for me right now. And so I think maybe a Lyle of 5 years ago would have been like, fuck you, I'm gonna run up this thing and I'm just gonna do it. But instead he chose a different path, and it was helping Shayna and I. So he would find a really great way to get up onto a ledge, and then he would help us. And he would show us his footing, show us where he was going, and, you know, I would follow. So it's just this natural shift of energy that took place. And there was no ego in me. Like, I was more than happy in fact, it happened naturally, and I only realized it more in retrospect, that Lyle had taken the lead. Lyle had taken charge. He was more relaxed. His energy was more in tune. He was vibrating at a different wavelength than Shayna and I were, because we were a little bit in the worry vortex, or the worry energy. We had the pull and the alignment of discomfort, you could say. But Lyle changed that for us. He changed our energy because we saw his confidence. We saw, oh, well, shit, he just did it. You know, we can do it too. And I know there was a moment where Shayna and I wanted to quit. We wanted to go back down. We're just like, I don't see why I'm risking my life for this. But Lyle didn't see it that way. He had an extreme amount of confidence, and it's that confidence and that knowing. So I know some people here are drawing connections. I know that there's a couple people listening to this Facebook Live, and they're making the connections without me drawing it out, you know, connecting all the dots. So Lyle was out in nature, and he felt an energetic shift. He felt a purity, a relaxation, and he was able to comfortably take the lead and inspire Shayna and I to go further. And our desire was to get to the top, but we were distracted by our own worry, by our own trepidation, by our own lack of confidence, and Lyle naturally had it. He wasn't trying to put himself into the vortex. He wasn't trying to put himself into alignment. He was just naturally there. And one of the reasons is because he was out in nature. He's never really been out here before. But also, he's just a super relaxed guy. You know, he's just, his body is just intensely relaxed. And as a Tai Chi player, you can imagine how that frustrated me before, which is the art of relaxation. So here I am practicing the art of relaxation, and this fucker's just doing it naturally. But I don't have the ego involved, so I want to learn from Lyle. You know, I want to watch Lyle. Everything that he does, I could potentially benefit from, and I could become more sure-footed. I can become more relaxed. I could become more naturally like he is. So there was never any ego involved for me. I'm not like, oh, I'm the one who takes the lead, and, you know, I'm gonna jump up front. Right. There was never any of that. So this is how people work together. So I understand fully that I have to work on myself. I understand fully that if I want to love another person, I have to first love myself. I fully understand that if I want to attract something that I really want, I have to match my vibration and my energetic frequency to that desire. But there is this interesting thing with shared experience, because we are sharing, we're co-creating, and we can inspire one another. And, you know, that's what Lyle, Shayna, and I are really all about. We want to inspire other people to motivate themselves. Because I've been in management a long time, and this is something that I'll be offering locally, and, you know, I want to do management coaching, and because I can help people turn a business around. You know, Smokey's House Barbecue should have gone out of business in the first month that it was open. 5 years later, it's still doing good, still making money, and it was time for me to back out. But what we believe is that we can work together with people. You know, that we can inspire other people through our authenticity, through our love and passion for life. And I can't motivate you. I can't motivate Lyle. I can't motivate Shayna. It doesn't work that way. And being in management, that's another clarity, another perspective that I have, is that I can't motivate, but I can inspire. And in order to inspire, you have to in some way embody what you're trying to share, right? I can't inspire somebody to walk up a mountain when I'm shaking in my boots, you know, and I can't walk up the mountain. So this is a great example of a couple things. One, being out in nature, you know, really getting in tune with your body, and how nature can just naturally shift your energy. And you can see the sunrise coming up from behind us on Schnelby Hill, which is the Huckabee Trail. We're not sure if it has anything to do with Mike Huckabee. The jury's still out on. Oh, it's misspelled.
It's spelled
Okay.
differently.
You know, we're not locals. We don't know about this stuff. But what we're trying to communicate is, number one, our energy shifted naturally because we were in a beautiful natural environment. We were sharing energy with Mother Earth. I mean, do you see this rock? Like this red rock, this red earth. Like, it's such a magical experience to be here in such a unique place on Earth. And there are people from all over the world who say that this is one of their favorite spots on the planet. So it's not just a narrow perspective type of thing. This is a real magical place that we're in. And so that led from one thing to another, to where Lyle was able to kind of naturally shift into the leadership position, and I naturally shifted into I don't want to die, so I'm going to follow this guy position. And then Shayna was all about it too. You know, she was seeing what was happening. She was seeing the shift, and we were able to see what Lyle was doing, and that's pretty much what our message is about today at the top of this beautiful location, in this marvelous time, in this marvelous desert. I absolutely love this life. Like, I love every single bit of it, like every single moment of it. I feel so privileged, you know, I feel so appreciative and connected to this life. And this is what we want to share. This is what we want to inspire. And, you know, we're not offering anything that's really like unique to the world, you know, but our experiences, how we connect, it's unique to us, and it's what we have to offer. So I know that there's some people out there who they believe they have something to share, but since there's so many people sharing already, it's like, you know, what do I have to offer? You know, what can I add? You know, all of the great sages before us, you know, what can I say that's more inspiring than Buddha? You know, but that's not the point. You know, the point is that we can inspire one another. I can help inspire another person to motivate change, to motivate them to live the life that they fully desire in every single way. And it's possible. You know, I think a lot of people are going to be inspired by my 90-day journey. Lyle, you know, he's got some things churning in there too, and he's going to be doing a lot of things soon. Shayna has a lot of exciting things that she's thinking of, and the ways that she can share in a natural, effortless sort of way. And that's what we're here for. That's what we're all about. And I really appreciate you guys letting us share. Lyle, Shayna, anything to say?
It would have been a fantastic video
What would have?
if you would have videotaped me going up the rock.
but I wasn't going to videotape
For a
him.
split second, I was a little disappointed.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
It wasn't.
Come on, man.
It wasn't
Yeah.
worth my friend's
Yeah.
discomfort.
Yeah. And there were a couple things happening that I understood energetically. One, I understood how I was interacting with Lyle and how I could potentially damage his chances of getting to the top through my worry energy. But that's not necessarily true, because if his power is high enough, nothing can affect him. But I don't know that for sure. So I just didn't feel comfortable videotaping him doing this dangerous act because of me, not because of him. Like, I was very confident that he could do it, but I wasn't confident in myself. And then the bottom line is that we got to the top of that rock and it was magical. Like, it was really, really beautiful. And then I learned so much going down that rock about comfort and about vantage point and about viewing things a certain way. If you want to know more about law of attraction, you can just look at the universe around you. You can look at the environment and how things happen. You can look at the cycles quietly.
Quietly watch.
Focus on the path in front of you.
Mm.
That's what I learned up on there. Just one step at a time.
And also going down, it was even more poignant to us going down the rock, because when you look down, you just see the bottom, and you just imagine your skull like cracked out on that bottom. But that's not what's right in front of you. What's right in front of you is just the next little ledge, and you just have to go to that ledge, and then from that ledge to that ledge. But this is leading into some other topics, like for people who want to manifest something, but they have their eyes on money. So you want to manifest a car, but you focus on money. But it's not money that you want, it's the car. Now, I know some people want to manifest money for the sake of money. They want to see their bank account grow, and I don't judge. I want money right now too, because I want to perpetually travel. And, the money is necessary for gas and things like that. So I can understand, I can relate to that. But I think some people don't realize that there's an energy. Oh, there it is. Coming right over the peak. Can you see it? That was definitely my cue to shut the fuck up, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and save that for a different Facebook Live. But we're in a beautiful place, a magical place on Earth. Your Mother Nature, your Mother Earth is the ultimate healer. You can give Mother Earth all of your burdens, all of your negative energy, and she'll just soak it right up and give you back bountiful, beautiful energy in return. And when this happens, you'll see physical things start to happen. If somebody is telling you something, but they have no example of it happening outside of the human experience, it doesn't resonate with me. I need to see it outside of my own mind. Okay, so here's a question. But isn't you saying no to Lyle being in control of his desire, or having his idea videotaped going up the top? How is that inspiring to him? You're right. I was operating from a place of a little bit of weakness. And, that is a vulnerable thing to say, here on Facebook Live, because I wasn't in the position to inspire Lyle. Do you understand? My energy was very nervous. It was very worrying. So no, I wasn't in the position to be inspiring to Lyle. Lyle was in the new position to be inspiring to us. And him inspiring us further inspired him. And when he came down from that rock, he had a ton of energy. He was creative. He's like, hold on, I need to write this shit down. I have all of this energy. So there was an energetic disconnection. So I didn't want to videotape it. He wanted me to. If I would have forced myself into that is not the path with the least resistance. It's force. It's using force, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I didn't have any control of his desire. His desire required me. So
it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well,
I've had dreams where I've turned into animals and done these magnificent feats, and I saw it before my eyes. And the fact that it would make my friends uncomfortable, it wasn't that serious to me. I would never put their discomfort above something that I would want. I don't care.
Well, you sure tried, but
yeah, a couple times. That's okay.
But yeah, so I wasn't in control of his desire. He put the desire in my hands because it was my phone that needed to record him. I had no control over him. But in some senses, Lyle was trying to exercise control over me because he was trying to convince me to take the video even though I didn't want to. So I see your question and I see what you're saying, but hopefully that elucidates a little bit as to that situation. I wasn't the inspiring one in that situation, which is what I was talking about with role reversals a little bit. Because normally I am the one in the position of leadership, the position of inspiration. But, you know, that changes sometimes. It's not a fixed thing. It's not a fixed I need a shoulder to cry on sometimes. You know, I need somebody to hug. You know, I need somebody to love me and tell me things are going to be okay also. I'm a human being. And even though I'm normally in the position of leadership and inspiration, this was a time where the roles naturally shifted. It shifted because we were in a new environment with nature and our energy was really, really pure and wonderful.
And also the fact that I saw that they weren't comfortable with it, so then I mean, after 2 or 3 times, I mean, obviously I was sure-footed as the previous comment, and I would have been fine doing it, but if Ernest and Shana weren't comfortable filming it, I just let it go. And thusly, like you said, took a different path and was still able to traverse the mountain and help them, you know, with their worry or their fears. And
as we came down, that fear was gone.
Yeah,
We built our confidence
we
up
built our
by
confidence
watching
up.
Lyle,
And
watching others on the mountain. They
Yep.
inspired us too.
Yeah, the lady coming down inspired us. So there was a lot of inspiration going on, but you're right, I was not an inspiration to him at that moment. But him being an inspiration to me made him more inspired to be inspiring. Do you see the perpetual cycle that we're creating? That it's a perpetual cycle of inspiration. So yeah, that's how it inspired him. So I can understand your question, but in that regard, I wasn't the person in the position of power at that time. I was operating from, now I gotta stress, this was a small place of fear for me. Like it wasn't like, you know, Lyle could notice it because he knows me. Yeah, like I wasn't clinging like I can't do this, guy. No, it wasn't like that, but I could feel it, you know, because I'm very in tune with my own body. I'm very in tune with my own energy. Right. Right. And Lyle was making me nervous because he was doing things I wouldn't have felt comfortable doing myself. So remember, this is a shared experience. Remember that we are sharing our experience, even though we need to focus on our own energy and everything else, which is why I'm saying I can't motivate other people. I can just inspire to motivate. So telling Lyle no he wasn't able to control me. He still could have done it. He could have set the phone on a rock and went up, right?
To participate.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And he did that out of compassion for us. He could have just ran up there, but I don't think that he would have gotten as much inspiration from it as he did. Because, I mean,
was going to say, I'd rather help my friends up the mountain than just traverse it myself and then come back down out of a high or needing of a stimulation. That wasn't the point of it.
right. And I don't know if that would have motivated me. I wouldn't even have watched him go up, to be honest, because my worry energy was latching on to him, and I didn't want to use my personal power to pull my best friend down from the mountain, from the rock. But yeah, sun is up, beautiful day.
Warm and hot here soon.
It's about to get really steamy, and Lyle has some sunburn, so we're gonna get down to the river.
That's true. I hope the wind wasn't too loud. It looks like, I mean, they're able to hear us. I didn't know if it'd like smack against the phone, you know? I don't know how technology works these days.
I guess we'll hear it
It's
back.
been kind of windy.
Nobody said turn up the volume. But yeah, if you guys watch this back and you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But if you feel that you need to change your energy really quick, run. Don't walk out into nature. Go to a park, go to a mountain, go to a river, go to a lake. Get out in nature and just watch your energy change on its own. Easy peasy pumpkin easy. And from that, really interesting things start to happen. So from that relaxed state, Lyle took the lead. And Shana and I and Lyle, we learned so much. It was such a learning experience for us. And every single lesson that we learn ties to law of attraction. It ties to the real teachings of Abraham. And I say real teachings just because there's some confusion, I think, on what Abraham is really trying to tell us. I won't go into that now because that'll be a 2-hour Facebook Live and probably some angry mad faces going across the screen.
So we'll leave it on a high note.
We'll leave it on a high note, and literally a very high note. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, I know you see that sun rising. And incidentally, for my 90 days flight, I'll be doing a lot of these sunrises, and I'll do it on my own page, Elegant Creator. But the entire time I'm gone, I'm going to try to do some inspirational coaching, work with my martial art, work with relaxation. I'm doing, it's a professional service. Managers relax, and for them to help. So we talk about we use all of these words from you know, the teachings of Abraham, and I'm using them in business, and that's how we ran our restaurant. Like Lyle can tell you, Smokey's House Barbecue is not like any other restaurant. Like, it is operating in a really different vibrational frequency than other places, and it's because we applied law of attraction. We applied law of attraction and principles of the universe into how we do business and how we do everything. It's a total commitment, folks. Like, it's a total commitment to live authentically, to live beautifully, to make love to life. It's not just some half-ass, you know, pick and choose type of thing. No, the principles apply to every single aspect of life, every single aspect of another person's life, and it exists inside our mind, and it's observant in nature as well. You can see the cycles. Just pay attention, listen to the stillness, and find your way. But we love you guys.
Yeah. This is nice.
Just check out that sunrise for just a few more seconds, because it's really beautiful in the background there. The sun holds all the keys. You can learn everything you need to know just from watching the sunrise. That was my first daily practice in 2011, was to watch the sunrise every morning. And from that, my spirituality just took leaps and bounds. Not reading books about it, not you know, any verbal wordplay, literally just watching the sunrise. Making the commitment to watch this beautiful thing every single day changed my life. And I know I've said that before, but I bet still nobody is making a daily practice to watch the sunrise or sunset. So, I mean, it is what it is. I leave the nuggets of stuff out there. Yeah. So if I just sprinkle the salt on the dish. You know, it's up to you. So, you know, I love you guys, and I really want everybody in this planet to manifest the life that they desire. My highest vision and my absolute longest reach is an enlightened planet. It's a planet where we all love each other. It's a planet where we don't want to do any harm, where we just want to live with quality, authenticity, and artistry. That's the world I envision every single day. So, I'm out.
All right, guys.
Shayna, any last words? Well, not last words, because we're coming down, but yeah.
This guy. Jeez.
Any final words for the Facebook Live, Shayna?
No final words for me.
Her final words were no final words for me. Go for it. All right. See you guys later.